in Los Angeles, in and around Los Angeles. The ticket prices are starting at $25, which is amazing for a boxing event in one of the premier venues in the world at Staples Center. And we're really excited to be at Staples. Staples seems always to elevate the events, and we're excited to be there. I'd like to thank Tim Lawicki, Dan Beckerman from AEG for their commitment to make Staples Center available, and I'd like to thank Jose Suleiman as well from the WBC for sanctioning the fight. As I said, the fight is going to be live on HBO pay-per-view, and it's a pleasure now to introduce Mark Taffet, the head of HBO pay-per-view, to you.
Thank you, Richard, and I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. Somebody said you hit the nail on the head, but we're not going to use that. In honor of Bernard Hopkins, I'll be wearing my reading glasses today. I am very, very proud today to be in the presence of two great young athletes. The ageless, 46-year young light heavyweight champ Bernard Hopkins, who holds a distinction for being the oldest man ever to win a major world title, and former champion Chad Dawson, who's one of the most naturally talented young fighters in the sport today. I want to thank Ripley's Believe It or Not for recently deciding to induct Bernard into their esteemed museums with a wax figure because of his incredible accomplishments in and out of the ring at age 46. And I can't think of a better sponsor, a theme, or a name to depict this challenge and this fight at this time. I especially want to thank Richard Schaefer and Gary Shaw, Golden Boy Promotions and Gary Shaw Promotions, because these two men have really stepped up with their efforts, with their creativity, with the undercards that they spoke about and will introduce today. And they are truly providing a world-class event to consumers on October 15th. And we really do appreciate those efforts by the two of you and your organizations. This is a very tough fight for Bernard, make no mistake about it. Chad's young, he's fast, he's skilled. There are many people who think that he'll provide the type of challenge that Jermaine Taylor and Joe Calzaghe provided for Bernard a few years ago. But we've also learned never to overlook Bernard or to count him out. He's the masterclass teacher, as he speaks about better than anyone. And he showed us against the likes of Tarver and recently Jean Pascal that you can never, ever count him out, regardless of his age. We have an outstanding undercard being put together. The Linares-DeMarco fight was announced. Today's fight will be announced, Garcia versus Holt. For boxing fans, it's going to be a very, very special night of quality. It'll be a 4-fight pay-per-view telecast. One more fight will be announced in the coming weeks. We're thrilled to be back at Staples Center. Great venue, has a lot of meaning to Bernard. He had a great win a few years ago there against Howard Eastman. Proved to be a great night and a memorable night. We know Saturday, October 15th will be another memorable night. And again, most importantly, I want to thank Chad and Bernard for stepping up and providing to the fans this very, very meaningful fight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. You mentioned the word creativity, and I think it really is appropriate for this particular card. And in that vein, I want to thank the creative director of Golden Boy, Lee Simons, who really came up with the idea of the Ripley's Believe It or Not, who put the whole concept together, who established a relationship with the president of Ripley. So thank you very much, Lee, for putting your brain power behind this fight. It is much appreciated. Thank you, Lee. Great job. I'd like to thank as well Kelly Swanson, president of Swanson Communication, for picking up the ball on this Ripley's Believe It or Not concept and fully embracing it and working very hard to get us here. Thank you, Kelly. Now, let's move to the fighters. We mentioned DeMarco and Linares, which the fight was announced in Los Angeles yesterday. Both fighters were present here. And here for this press conference, we have two great fighters, two great 140-pound fighters, which I think have a tremendous future here in this weight class. I think a win will really get them into big fights, into within the most exciting weight class of the sport, the 140-pound weight class. It's so deep, it's the deepest division, and I think each one of these fighters knows what's at stake. I'm going to be introducing now Team Garcia. First up, I'd like to introduce Angel Garcia, who is Danny Garcia's trainer and father, to make some comments. Please, Angel.
First of all, I want to thank God for making it happen for Danny. You know, it's been a pleasure since he was a child to see him grow up to be this kind of athlete. I mean, a lot of people don't know Danny. Danny's a top fighter. They just haven't given him the point, you know, to him to get there. But now is the time for Danny Swift to shine. And I'll tell you, October 15th, Danny will become one of the top junior welterweights of the world. Believe that. When I'm telling you, when Danny was born, I knew Danny was going to be a champion. When he was a little kid, Danny, I used to say to people, he's going to be a fighter one day. People used to look at me and say, you crazy. How you know that? I said, he was meant to be one. Believe that. He's going to be a champion one day. And today, that's what he's going to be. October 15th, Danny will become one of the top junior welterweights. We're not underestimating Mr. Campbell Hawk. We're not going to take him lightly, but I hope we don't take Danny lightly. And I'm going to let you guys know this, the press. These American fighters here, these American fighters, these the ones you got to make, the American ones. They're the ones that go out as amateur, red, white, and blue, represent our country. You know, that's the problem with this country right now. They don't give these guys the props they need. These guys go out in the amateurs, they get bulled on, they get spit on as amateurs, top amateurs, American fighters they are. When they come to America, they don't get the red carpet that you're supposed to give them. You, the press, that's the ones. Got to get these guys the props. Not overseas fighters. They don't represent the red, white, and blue as amateurs get punched in the face by grown men when they're 17, 16 years old. These the guys right here, the great champions of America. This country, the great country of America. And believe that, this is going to be the fight of the night. Bernard is a legend. Bernard, my family trained with him as an amateur. Okay, people don't know that. They look at us like, oh, they nobody. Believe this. Danny's going to be the junior welterweight champion of the world, and I promise you, as long as I'm breathing, it's going to happen. Thank you very much.
Danny Swift Garcia, with a record of 21-0, is 23 years young. Is one of those young fighters which Golden Boy really has made an effort in over the past couple of years to bring along. We think Danny is ready. We know Danny is ready. He was in with Mike Arnautis, with former world champion Nate Galaxy Warrior Campbell, and passed those tests with flying colors. This is the biggest test of his career, no question about it. It is for the NABO title. It is for some of the top rankings within the ranking organizations as well. So this is, for Danny, the toughest test. We know he's ready. And I want to thank as well Al Heyman, Danny Garcia's manager, for his guidance to help get Danny to this point. We know he will deliver on October the 15th and come home with the NBO belt. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Danny Swift Garcia.
First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank Golden Boy Promotion. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank my family. I want to thank all the fans. And like my dad said, growing up, 10 years old, I started boxing. Been boxing for 13 years. It's always been one of my dreams to perform on the top level like this, top stage, HBO pay-per-view. And you know, like Brother Nazim told me when I was young, everybody gets their chance to eat at the table. Everybody can't eat at once. And I remember that since I was a little kid. I couldn't win nationals. I was like, man, why can't I win nationals? Nazim told me one day, you know, you will eat. And I think this is my time to eat. October 15th, HBO pay-per-view, me against Kendall Hawk, great champion, former champion. But I think it's my time now. I came too far. I sacrificed my childhood. I sacrificed everything I had. I stood away from a lot of bad things in life. Just stood on the straight road, and I feel like this is my time now, October 15th. And I just want everybody to watch. Thank you.